Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Real Legend of Gaming. We are here with Clash Royale, and this is another episode of Everything Royale. And in today's episode, we're going to be going over a brand new Balloon Ice Wizard deck that we created. So let's check it out, folks. Alright, folks, so here is the deck. It has a 3.1 elixir cost. So you can easily cycle through support cards, and you can control the entire tempo of the match. So it gives you the best of both worlds. So this deck here consists of the mini PEKKA, the bats, the log, the balloon, the knight, the zap spell, the musketeer, and the ice wizard. You're able to counter ground and air cards with no problem, and you also can counter against tanks with ease as well, because of the knight and the mini PEKKA combination. So we're going to show you some highlights, folks, and you guys are going to see how great this deck is. Alright, so let's check out the first replay. We're going up against the famous PEKKA Royal Ghost Zappies deck, and we're going to show you exactly how we get this done. Now, as we usually do, the first replay I'm going to explain to you the thought process behind using the deck, and the second replay will explain step by step with live commentary. So right here, the main idea is to push with the knight, back up with the ice wizard or the musketeer. The minute you feel that your opponent doesn't have any air support, you can use the balloon. Now see here, this was an example of me using a balloon too early. You don't want to do that. You want to fully be sure that the opponent cannot cycle back to their air cards. So they have the Goblin Hut here, they have the Zappies. So once we know that those cards have been used, then you can start throwing down a balloon, because they're going to have to go through the Royal Ghost, the Miner, the PEKKA, the Poison, and then eventually get to the Mega Minion and Goblin Hut, along with the Zappies. So, you know, that's the thought process to have. So the balloon really is a card that you're going to sneak in when the opportunity presents itself. Or if your opponent's pushing on one lane only, then you can also sneak in a balloon on the other lane as well. So it gives this element of surprise and it allows you to do massive damage, while all your other cards can easily support. So like here, you see, we did throw down a balloon. However, we're able to support with the musketeer and the ice wizard. And balloon will be able to do chip damage with the bomb explosion. And then while you just let the rest of the match play out, you build your elixir count again. And because the deck cost is so cheap, you're able to switch back and forth to different cards. And you're able to defend against all the other cards with no problem. So you see, you can use your bats to take out miners. You can use the mini PEKKA. You can use the knight. You can use the range of the musketeer to take advantage of everything else. And see, balloon gets to the tower with no problem. And right there, see, you're able to counter the miner with ease. And don't forget, you also have the log and the zap, which allows you to counter against these spawner troops. And it also allows you to be able to compete with the Dark Prince and Prince combinations along with the bandit. So this first replay was from a challenge match, so you can see that you can use the deck in a challenge match. This one here, we're going to show you a ladder match. And now we're going to tell you step by step what we do. So we'll drop the knight behind the king's tower. Right away we notice that they have a mega knight. So we're going to use the musketeer from a distance and ice wizard to the side. And this will allow us to slow down the Mega Knight and attack from range. And because we saw they throw down a Mordor and a Battle Ram, then we can go with our balloon. Now remember, the log you can also use against the Battle Ram. And because you're able to cycle between your cards, you can easily switch back to be able to attack. So right there, we use the musketeer to attack the tower. And we were a little overzealous with that balloon, so you got to make sure you use the balloon at the right time. Now they throw down our golem very aggressively too. So we're going to throw down a knight, and then we'll use the musketeer from the side along with the mini P.E.K.K.A, and we're able to basically shred this golem to pieces. Now they place the mortar on the other side to be able to attack us. So at that point, we could bring in the balloon because we know that they don't have an air card to support. And we'll use the bats to take out the battle ram on the left-hand side. And because the knight and musketeer combination is so great, you can use it as much as you possibly can because, again, you're going to be cycling between the cards. So you notice the bats were on the left side doing damage while the balloon made it to the tower. And then you had your knights being able to go against the goblin gang. Alright, so we'll let our elixir count build up. And we're going to drop down the Ice Wizard. Again, they're aggressive with the golem. So we're doing Ice Wizard, Mini P.E.K.K.A, and Musketeer. And notice that we spread the troops apart because we want to be able to avoid an explosion blast from a fireball or rocket. And we want to be able to separate our troops from the mortar. Now on the opposite side, we know that they're going to play battle rams, so we keep the log to be able to attack. And we're going to use the Musketeer's range to be able to finish off the barbarians while we bring in the Mini P.E.K.K.A to destroy that mortar. And then since the bats are focused on the Mini P.E.K.K.A, we bring in our bats. Now the Mini P.E.K.K.A is taking place of the knight and tanking for the Musketeer and Ice Wizard. And at this point, we're cycling. That's all we did. And we got the victory right there. So we're going to show you one more replay. So here we have a Hog Rider. So we'll play our Mini P.E.K.K.A. And Mini P.E.K.K.A takes out the Hog Rider. And they use the mirror on the Hog Rider. For some reason the Mini P.E.K.K.A didn't chase, but that's fine because we have the Knight now where we could drop and finish off that Hog Rider. And then the Knight will protect the Musketeer from that other Mini P.E.K.K.A. So now we know that they used a whole lot of elixir on that push. We can use our balloon since the Musketeer is going to be locked in on that Witch, and the Witch is going to be focused on the Knight. And we're able to get the tower. Now, with the minions, you can use the Zap or the Log. It all depends on what's in your rotation. Now, we'll use the Knight here to get the Lumberjack and to protect our Ice Wizard. And we're just going to try to take advantage and do chip damage. We'll drop the Musketeer to the side to do a little more damage to the tower. Now, watching back this replay was a little aggressive. I probably would have not chased that push all the way. I would have let it get the tower, and then I would have fell back and started a new push. So we used the bat there to take out the Hog Rider. And we're going to let the elixir count build up. So we'll drop the balloon on the opposite lane since we saw that the princess was on the left. And we know that they already cycled through a lot of cards, but no air support at the moment. So that Witch finally is here, but is a little bit too late. We'll drop the Knight down to take out the princess. And we're going to let the Archer Tower attack these skellies and use the Ice Wizard to our advantage. And then we zap those goblins. So it gives us a little more time to defend that tower as well. So they did a mirror on the Goblin Barrel, so we used the Log. So you see we stopped 2 Goblin Barrels in a row. And then we'll do Mini P.E.K.K.A against Mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to start tanking. We'll use the bats to take out the princess. And now we'll protect that Mini P.E.K.K.A. We'll use the Knight to distract the Witch. So now the Musketeer can start attacking directly. Now they did a very good job by dropping down the Lumberjack. So we're going to slow it down with the Ice Wizard, buying us enough time to bring in the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And also we're paying attention to the other side with the Goblin Barrel, and we log it. So notice we stopped 3 Goblin Barrels in a row. Would have been 4, but for some reason that Zap spell had a delay reaction, so it did not go down. So now we could defend, because remember at 3.1, and overtime is going to be even much cheaper to use this deck. you're going to be cycling through all your cards, and it gives you a huge advantage. So right here, they snuck in the Hog Rider. We still have the bats to defend. And there goes the Goblin Barrel again. We zap it. And they bring in their Princess. We can use our Ice Wizard, and we can use the Log to take it out. They threw a rocket against our balloon. That was very good. But now that we know that they have a rocket, we can use our Musketeer and not worry. And we'll drop it from the side and finish up the tower. So you see, there's a lot of ways to use this deck. You know, you can sneak cards in, or you can just control the pace, or you can just cycle through and overwhelm your opponent. So a lot of options. So folks, as always, I appreciate the support. Thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for subscribing. Be sure to check me out for more Clash Royale, Arena of Valor, and mobile game reviews, right? We're doing those for sure. And on the weekends, we're kind of mixing it up. We're doing different types of games based off your requests, all right? So other than that, appreciate it. Peace out, folks.